Hey, so what up, world? This is your boy D-Mo. We kicking it live from the Buckeye Southwest. It's another episode of Hurtn-4-Certain, and that's one of my partners in combat. That's G-Mac the Don. GMD is in the house. What's going on, young brother? How you feeling today, man? Shit, I see we made it. I see we lived through Snowmageddon. I see we still here.
Oh man,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Shit, to talk a little bit about that, how you deal with that snow stuff, man. Family and everything was tight, I'm sure. School and all that had everybody kind of hunkered down and all that, man, in the house for a week or so. Wait, how you feeling coming out of that shit first before we get started, man?
Man, that snow. I mean, it's been a minute since we had some snow like this, and it's been some years. But I was at the point like, cause I know it's been a couple times when we were supposed to have it, and when it's bad, I'm like, it ain't gonna be. But I'm like, hey, if it is what it is.
Uh,
I'd have been through worse. So when that snow started coming down, and then I remember I went to sleep when it first started. I woke up from a nap. It was snowing. Then I went to sleep. I woke up from that nap. It was snowing. I woke up. Then I went to sleep. I woke up from that. It's still snowing. So I'm looking like, damn. Man. So I go out, get a little bit up. I go, and then I go back in the house and shit. And then I cut like an hour. Whatever I shoveled, it was back. It got back to that length and some more. And I'm like, okay, all right, bet. This is what we dealing with. It is here. So then when it eventually stopped, I got straight outside, bro. Like, it's gotta go. I gotta get it up. And like I said, the temperature when it was snowing, it wasn't as cold as it was supposed to be coming into the week. So I'm like, before this snow starts sticking and before it get even colder, that snow harden up, and it just be a lot. It'd be a lot harder to get up. I was like, let me go get it out the way. Let me go ahead and get this out the way. Show both parking spots, and it was so much snow to where you couldn't just get the snow off your car. You had to get the clear the parking spots because or it was gonna be bad for you if you wait till it got later in the week when that temperature got to negative, or it got in three degrees. Is I don't care what nobody say, that's -1 to me. And that's negative to me. So when it get that cold and you let that snow harden up, you mess around and get stuck. So I got out there and got to it, warmed both cars up, got the snow, shoveled the parking lot, then pulled the car up a little bit, shoveled up under it, and I was good to go.
mm-hmm.
Good to
Yeah,
go.
man. I think people was probably, I guess, kind of like you, man. Did it a couple different times, maybe to try to keep up with it a little bit, so it wouldn't be as bad. But like you said, every time you came back and looked at it, it was right back where it was or worse. So that's kind of the standard, you know what I mean? Not every single winter time here,
Yeah.
but more times than not, man. It's real thick here, man. In the wintertime, we get them, especially the blasts that come through every so many years. So yeah, you like you said, you had to shovel your way to the car just to be able to get,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
swipe stuff. I mean, shovel, brush stuff off your car, man, because snow was so thick, in between the cars and just all around through the yard. Like, so it's you knee deep everywhere you went, pretty much. So
And then, like I said, my son, he brought up making a snowman. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, hey man, fuck this. But I'm like, we'll see what happens. So I'm compete. Like I said, when I'm shoveling, I'm thinking the snow gonna be heavy. I'm throwing this shit. I'm like these put. I say, but I've been doing push-ups for a while. I say, nigga, I'm feeling strong. I'm throwing this shit. I'm looking out here looking strong in the motherfucker. So I pick up some of the snow because I'm like, he want to make a snowman. I don't feel like doing this shit, man. But all right. So doing like this because I got on gloves and I do like this shit is not. I can't. It's just falling.
mm,
And I'm like, the snow a little weird. I do it again. Try to make a ball. I even try to make a ball just to throw because it was like two other little kids because they
mm.
was and they was like, oh, you can't make a ball, and I'm trying, and I'm like, I can't even make no ball out of this snow. This
Yeah,
snow is
I haven't
weird.
I haven't seen any snowmen. Now that you're saying that, I didn't see any, and I did
No,
notice that the snow was weird feeling, like looking
yeah.
and the way that it was very light, and it seemed like it didn't. It definitely didn't seem like packing snow. although it was stacked up on us, it did seem like it appeared to be like it was going to be a lot heavier than what it was, and then when you go to
Yeah, for
actually
sure.
lift it, man. So it was. I saw a couple videos of people talking about it. Was
Yeah,
how weird it was. So I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon or anything immediately, but once I seen other people saying and stuff, I'm like, okay, yeah, there's something to it because
for sure.
it's a different type of snow, man. But
Yeah,
anyway, we made it through that, Brad. I'm glad everything good your way. Everybody that's out there. Shit, we didn't lose power or nothing like that, but it was somebody out there that dealt with that, man. Hats off to you. Thoughts and prayers, all that wonderful
for
stuff
sure.
that make you feel good, but it's actually doing nothing for you. But just my heart goes out to you, man. If you're sitting somewhere right now, especially in these frigid, subarctic type temperatures, you know what I mean, with no type of power or anything like that, you know what I mean? Like get somewhere,
Yeah.
get some help. Hopefully, there's some resources in your community. But bro, it's been a rough one, man. But I guess we're kind of starting it out, on a good foot though, for the most part. 2026. It's been a couple weeks since we sat down, man. So I appreciate you taking a moment, sitting down. Maybe we got a huge banger coming up tomorrow evening, and I guess you want to go through some stuff on that, man. I know there's a couple heads out there, put some thoughts out there on it, and some other, minor boxing news and stuff, nothing too major, but yeah, this is big time right here, man. It's
Whatever.
the Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. And I guess it's been building here for a minute. Boxing is ready to give fans what they want, man. I don't know. What do you think about this matchup, man? And thoughts and opinions, wherever you want to start, however you want to start, man. You follow our lead on that, man. Talk to him.
First off, I want to commend both of them for taking this fight because, like I said, Tio could have took a different fight. He the champion, or even Shakur. I mean, I don't know. Shakur could have went somewhere else, but Tio, he could have went somewhere else and had a nice big fight. But I like these two fighters that's fighting in their prime at Madison Square Garden. So Shakur coming up to fight him at 140. And I think after this fight, I want to say that Shakur he said he was going to go back down to 135. So we know Tio is the bigger fighter. Like, Tio is one of the fighters you just see, like, when he just walking around weight. He ain't no small dude. I know he's bigger than he gonna come out. I'm pretty sure he's gonna come in a fight bigger than Shakur for sure. But Shakur, southpaw, not easy to hit. Got good defense, and got good speed, decent power. Some people like to say he ain't got no power, but I think he got decent power. He just he don't get overly aggressive, but he do fight in spurts. Like, I done seen him times when he didn't, went back and forth. So, like I said, man, he a hell of a fighter. I think he won a silver in the Olympics. I want to say he won a silver medal. And then you got Tio on the other hand. I can say, like, Tio, I can say Shakur fought some good fighters, but Tio might have fought like the better fighters, especially when he fought Lomachenko.
Mm-hmm.
He beat Lomachenko, and Lomachenko was pound for pound. Then he beat Josh Taylor, took the belts from Josh Taylor, and I want to say they had Josh Taylor. Of course he won pound for pound, but they had him like in the pound for pound list. So if he was to beat Shakur, that's three fighters. And just when you got Shakur, if you got Lomachenko, you beat Lomachenko, and if you beat Shakur, you got them two people on your resume. If you got some of these fighters, like if you put Tim Bradley in the Hall of Fame, just off this fight, if he beat Shakur, I think Tio already would be a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It ain't gonna be easy. And like I said, I'm kind of leaning towards Shakur. But see, Tio, sometimes you'll see him in fights. I see he had problems with, like, boxers who can move, who move around a lot. But also, I done seen him in fights when he looked spectacular. You be like, ain't nobody gonna beat this dude. I don't see nobody beating this dude. And then you see fights be like, what is he doing? He get careless sometimes, but when he step up in the big fights, that's when he usually show up. So, like I said, he did that with Lomachenko, he did that with Josh Taylor, he did it at other fights. But I think, man, it's gonna be hard. Man, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. It's gonna be a hell of a fight because it could go a lot of ways. It could go a lot of ways, and I really won't really know where I'm going. Like I said, I'm leaning towards Shakur Stevenson, but I really won't know for sure how the fight gonna go until I see the first round. After the first round, I'll be like, oh, I can see how this fight gonna go. But like I said, I take my hat off for both of these fighters. For fighting in their prime, and getting in there and ain't scared to test themselves for real. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited to see the fight. This one of the fights. This is me because I'm a real boxing fan. When I see them big fights, right before the bell ring, my heart start beating a little fast, and when it's big fights, I don't like to I don't do fight parties, stuff like that, because you got you got people you got women there that don't really watch boxing. Oh, he can't fight. That motherfucker can't fight. Beat his head. Knock his head. And then you got casual fans there. You got people around saying stuff, and I can't take it. Sometimes I can't take it because I really know how these guys train, and they go in here, they put their life on the line, and I understand, it's different levels of fighters, and it's levels to this shit. So when people just I can't really do, boxing parties. I can't unless I'm around. For me to do a boxing party, it had to be around like, people who, respect boxing for real, know like, what, other boxers go through, and how, you got to be mentally strong to get in that ring. And you around thousands, it's millions watching you on TV, and there's thousands watching you in the stands, because it's different from sparring and then being under the bright lights, And Floyd always said about that. He might look good in sparring, he might look good in the gym, but when you under the bright lights, it's a different story.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if my mic was on or not, man. That's so true, man. Like, that's I mean, it is that old saying, like, you play like you practice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you also see a lot of bad habits, or you just see all flaws and technique wise and stuff in that bright light scenario, like you're saying, man. So yeah, it's the moment of truth. It's probably why they call it that. You see what I'm saying? You talked about both guys putting it on the line, man, having a lot to lose, and I don't know. So, what you favor Shakur Stevens as far as the matchup wise? You think he have the better advantage? What do you think? Because I noticed the southpaw is the difference in the stand. Just based on that, what do you think as far as fighters' chances are? How much success has each fighter had with the opposite styles or the opposite stances? What I'm saying.
Since Shakur is southpaw, he fought. I want to say he fought a few southpaw fighters, but Shakur, just through his whole career, he ain't lost a lot of rounds, bro. It's crazy, and he stick to his game plan no matter what. He don't care what the crowd think. He not trying to please nobody. He trying to get the win. And I think Teo sometimes get away from that, and he wants to get that, that highlight. He want to have that highlight reel, get the knockout, or go in there and put on a spectacular show, do it in fashion. And sometimes I think that can be, a detriment to him. And sometimes in fights, he look a little undisciplined. Like, sometimes he go in there and he get wild. And I'm like, man, just relax. You just do you, and then, let the other shit come to you. You know what I mean? And sometimes I think that's I hope if he do that against Shakur, I got Shakur winning for sure. That unanimous decision. But if he come in there on one of those nights, because Tio, it's been nights, like I said, and usually it's when he steps up in a challenge, like when it's like a fight of this magnitude, he usually come in there and he do it in a spectacular way. You know, you be like, damn, this motherfucker look good. Can anybody at his division fight him on that night? They won't beat him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like I said, I got that first bill to see that first round. I'll be able to be like, okay, I see how this fight going. And like I said, so they both, I want to say they both is the same. I think they both 5'8". Let me see. Shakur 5'8". Tio, I think Tio also 5'8". Tio got a 68 and a half 68 and a half reach advantage, reach 68 and a half inches in. And also Shakur is a 68. So they neck and neck, and you know the height and reach department. I think they both. I want to say they both was born in 1997. So Shakur will be 29, I think, sometime later on this year, and then Tio might. Actually, yeah, they both 28. Tio turned 29 on July 30th, and Shakur turns 29 on June 28th. So age, height, reach, they neck and neck. Yeah, man, this is gonna be a hell of a fight, man. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm excited about this fight. It's almost like there's other fights I can name that I was real excited about, like you know, I remember when Rigondeaux fought the one guy. I was real excited because they was around my weight class, and I remember it was complete silence in my house. I was tuned in. I didn't want to be around nobody else. I'm tuned in on the fight. I was real, you know. I'm excited about this fight. How like I was excited even about the Terrence Crawford Errol Spence fight. That one-sided fight, you know, they ain't going nowhere. I mean, I kind of did see that coming because I didn't see that coming, but I was already, you know, had a funny feeling when I was seeing Errol Spence in the dressing room when he looked like he looked like he was off some lean. I ain't said he was or nothing like that, or he took some painkillers or something, but he looked like he wanted to take a nap. I'm like, nigga, you about to fight, nigga. You sound sleepy. Nigga, your voice sound like you just woke up, all kind of shit. Your eyes is a little puffy, red. I can tell I'm track, but I'm like, so. And when he was walking out, he was barely even nodding his head. You know, I'm like, this nigga, he always had a sleepy look, but that day it was a little different. And when I seen Terrence Crawford, you know, kind of like when they clinched, and Terrence Crawford kind of like slinged him a little bit, like little nigga, like made him look like a little nigga. And I'm like, something ain't right. Because Errol Spence landed some clean shots, and they ain't have no power on him to where I'm like, yeah, something ain't right.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. When I saw that press conference stare down when them niggas was nose to nose, and basically your boy like turned and looked away first, and I was like, oh, he's gonna lose. I knew it from right there. I said he don't believe in himself like Crawford believe in himself. It was in his body language.
I mean, Crawford was ripped. He was cut up like a motherfucker. I always seen him in shape, but he was ripped. And he ain't had no haircut. He just like one of them boxing niggas like that you know they good, but they looking for that payday. They hungry. They know they coming to kill. And I was just looking, man, this nigga, he's not playing, bro.
He had that pandemic fro.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He had that look and shit. Like our barbershop been closed for 4 months.
He was on, you could tell he was on demon time. I mean, from the way I remember he was getting in the crowd. He was getting into it with the nigga crowd when I thought he was damn near about to. I'm like, don't fuck your payday, yo. I thought he was there. Because remember, he was kind of like, you a bitch, nigga. Remember, they was going back and you a bitch, nigga. You a bitch. And I'm like, hey, it looked like damn near he was about to get up. But, yeah, that's, another story for another day. But, yeah.
Back to that fight, did you watch any of this press conference?
Shakur and
yeah,
I watched a little bit. I've been busy, so I ain't catch too much of the press con. But I watched a little bit, and I watched they sit down. I watched a little bit, went through it. And also even speaking of Terrence Crawford, he got Shakur been in his, he Terrence Crawford been in his Shakur training camp a little bit, just and they sparred. I want to say they sparred for this a little bit for this fight. But T.O. be saying some weird shit sometimes, bro.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna put a little something up there while you was talking, man. I don't know why my internet ain't acting right. Got on low spin, but
Also, Keyshawn Davis and Jermaine Ortiz, that's a good fight too.
okay.
And remember, some people, I'm not gonna say this, but some people thought that Jermaine Ortiz really should have got the win against Teofimo Lopez. I don't think so, but it was a close fight, but.
All right, well, I'm having some technical difficulties. I was trying to show a little bit of the press conference, but I guess they was in there talking junk like they supposed to in a press conference. Now I'm going back to the fight party stuff, man. It's like Super Bowl parties, fight parties. That to me, that is more of like casual. It's for the casuals, for the sometimers, and the girlfriends and the wives, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's more of that.
Yeah. Especially like it's not the all women. Some women be knowing about their boxing, but some of them I can't do it.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was at a fight party. This is Floyd Mayweather when he fought Canelo Alvarez, which I thought that was one of Floyd, best. One of his, not the best, but one of his top performances. He looked good in that fight. But I got out. I left. I said it was to the point to where I didn't want to be there, and it was in the second round, and I left and I went home, and then I bought the pay-per-view and watched and waited and just watched the fight because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I remember I was talking to some dude. I didn't even know this nigga. He was at the fight party. I was at my people's house, but he was just saying some shit. And at this time, I was still like training and shit. I was working out, so I was already in the mode. He said something, and I kind of got a little aggressive, and I was ready to sock the nigga in his face. So like I kind of walked up to him. I was like, I say what Floyd about to do to Canelo is what I'd do to you if we was in a boxing ring. I shouldn't have went there, but my cousin kind of calmed me down. And I was like, I'm gonna go home because I don't want to fuck your fight party up. And then so I left. I had to leave, and that's the last time I really did it. I did one fight party again after that, and I was like, man, I can't do this shit no more. I might motherfuckers gonna make me start going to fight parties with the gloves just in case somebody else want to put them on. For real, I can't do fight parties. I'd rather look if it's just a regular fight and some shit on. I ain't really tripping, but when it's like certain fights, I can't really do it, man. I can't do fight parties. Can't do it, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. It can be annoying and stuff too, man. Especially somebody might be a lot of alcohol shit. I don't drink. I stopped doing all that shit, man. So I didn't realize how obnoxious all that shit was until I stopped doing it. Was able to watch other people doing that shit, man.
And I'm not and the crazy thing, I'm not knocking a fight party. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's not for me. It's just not for me. Just because I say it don't mean it's wrong for anybody else to do. Or fight parties is wrong. I just know it's not for me. I'm a little older now, so maybe I could tolerate a lot more and stuff like that. I was young, when you're younger, you quick to, what I mean. When you get older, you can put up with a lot more, and a lot more reserved. But they just not for me. And just when you was talking about liquor and shit, even when it was a time I might have one or two drinks probably every out of the year. Other than that, I don't really drink. But I remember it was a time when I first stopped drinking, and I was with my brother and my cousin, and we went out. It was they had some fights at a club, And it's like, just people around the city just get in there fighting and stuff like that. So when I went, my bad. So when I had went, I'm sober. Like I said, I wasn't smoking, drinking. I was just straight edge. And I'm looking around, and everybody in there either high, drunk, off pills, or whatever. Lean, I don't know what y'all on. But I'm looking
They
in
on
there,
everything.
Everything, and I just noticed everything, and I'm like, I just feel like it felt like I was in there, like I was watching TV. Like I'm the only person in there. I'm just looking like everybody in here is fucked. Everybody in here messed up off something. And then I'm just looking around, and I'm like, I don't really want to be here. You notice if you don't drink, smoke, none of that, and you go to a club, bar, or something, you really don't want to be there.
Yeah.
You really don't want to be there. So unless you're just going, somewhere to get some food, they got some food, you grab some food and go on your way. But you notice when you got a clear mind, you ain't doing that you really don't want to be there. Like, and then you start noticing, like, this was all when I was doing this young, doing all this was all. Start looking at shit different. Like, man, this ain't. I gotta be off something to want to be here. That's how you look at it. I gotta put something in my system to want to be here. So this ain't it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and shit, that's kind of like the same thing with New Year's Eve. Like, that used to be like, shit, I go out for New Year's. I got plans. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do all this in one night. And shit, you couldn't get me to step outside New Year's Eve right now. I mean, unless I was going to work or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, what they call it, amateur night. So again, nothing against the fight party. I'm not opposed to a fight party. But if it's one of them fights where I'm like heavily invested in the fighters and what the outcome is, and the matchup, and then the whole build up, like I ain't doing no recreational shit with that fight. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be more of a leisure situation to me, man. But I don't know. Have you checked? I was gonna look and see the betting favorites, what that betting line is on that tonight. I meant to look at that beforehand, but
I got it right here.
Oh, you already got it?
I was just looking, yeah. It's right here. They still got Shakur is the favorite. So just say if you just pick, who you want to win. It's plus 240 for Teofimo, and it's minus 290 for Shakur. So Shakur is the favorite. And then you got plus 320 if Teofimo was to win in round 10 to start. Oh, if you got him to win in round 10 to start, then I'm trying to look and see if they got what the odds is for if Teofimo was the win by knockout. Yeah, this odd is crazy right here. If you look at the one at the bottom, plus 10,000 if Shakur was the to win and be knocked down. Oh, Shakur to win and be knocked down in round 1. We know that's not gonna happen. But Shakur is still the favorite. I think he's gonna be a favorite going into the fight. Like I said, I still gotta watch the weigh-in and see, I like to pay attention to body language, if they energetic, how they look. Because Shakur is not a guy that get real. He never looked like real cut up or nothing like that. But you could see he look in shape, but he's not, certain people genetics, they just don't get real like shredded like that. But I like to look at body language. I like to see, I pay attention to their eyes, see if they drain themselves to make weight. And I don't think neither one of these fighters gonna have a problem making weight. They both disciplined. And they know it's a lot at stake for this fight. So I know I probably won't see nothing wrong with either fighter, but I still always tune into the weigh-ins. And like I said, Shakur, and like any other fighters undefeated, you see them, they got, they always make it seem like they confident and they know that they this and that, but Shakur really believes that he the best, and he got real confidence. That's not fake. That's real. You can look at him and tell he really believed. So, in Teofimo, like with this fight, he doing a lot of talking and jokey. So he's not now. He probably because he probably looking at like I've been here before. I got the experience because I fought Lomachenko, Josh Taylor, Jermaine Ortiz. I can name other fighters, but and they didn't fought on. I mean, they both was top ranked fighters, and they fought on the same card before. This usually, I know Shakur usually one time Teofimo headlined and Shakur fought before him. I think they were still down there prospects at the time. But hey, man, either way it go, like if this is a great fight and somebody lose by decision or even get knocked down, like I still wouldn't, you know, just off one of the fighters like he's done or nothing like that, because we gotta get back to, you know, just because this Floyd thing about, you know, if you get one loss, it's over. I mean, you start looking at the greatest, they all got losses. It's about how I look at it, it's about how you respond to a loss. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's good to go through that and see how you respond to a loss. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, like whatever happened in this fight, I still, you know, take my hat off to both fighters. And I want to shout out that fight. I always messed this guy name up last week. It was Andy Cruz and the other guy, Raymond Maritella. I think it's Maritella, but if I messed your name up, I did the best I could. But that was a good ass fight. And Raymond, I'm just saying, Raymond won by I think it was majority decision, because it was a close fight.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy Cruz, he like one of them guys, like almost like Lomachenko, that had the real big, had a outstanding like amateur career, because Andy Cruz had 2 gold medals.
Okay, yeah.
In the Olympics, and he was 7-0. So you know, when you have them type of amateur career, it's almost like Lomachenko started it. Because in Lomachenko, in his first career fight, he fought for a world title, and it was close. He started coming on at the end, but he ended up losing. And then Raymond, like I say, back to Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz got 2 gold medals, outstanding amateur career, and it was a close fight. It was a good fight. So I take my hats off to both of the fighters. I know Andy Cruz will be back. I don't know if he's gonna rematch. I don't know if he's gonna rematch that fight, because Raymond Martella, he didn't. I think he only had like 3 to 5 amateur fights. So that's what kind of, you know, I'm like, damn, this dude ain't had no amateur career for real. But Andy Cruz had a big amateur career, so I want to take my hats off to both of them too. I don't know, because I know Andy Cruz and Keyshawn Davis, there was rumors that they, you know, that it's possibly them could fight. And speaking of Keyshawn Davis, remember we was talking about him on the last podcast. Remember him and Shakur Stevenson, real good friends. And remember Shakur Stevenson said he'd never fight him. Remember they both agreed, like they gonna have to give. They throw them numbers at y'all though. If it's 100+ million, y'all ain't gonna take that fight. I don't know, but like I said, Keyshawn Davis and Jermaine Ortiz is another good fight.
Mm-hmm.
And Keyshawn Davis is, he's a problem too, and we'll see how he do against Jermaine Ortiz. Because remember I told you Jermaine Ortiz and Teofimo fought before, and that was a close fight. Some people try to say Jermaine Ortiz won, which I don't know. It was a close fight, but you know, when you going against a champion, you know, you can't, and it shouldn't be like this. You got to win convincingly. It can't be close. You know, when it's close, they gonna give it to the champion, especially if it's a big name guy like Teo, or let's throw an example, Canelo. You have to really win convincingly, because you see how they almost did, how they almost wrecked Terrence Crawford in that fight. And then they wanted to bring up the stats. The punch, the landed, it was close. Hey man, listen, bitch, get off that analytics bullshit. That's the problem with a lot of things now. Analytics, okay, that's cool, but what about the eye test? You know what I mean? So, man, I can't wait to this fight.
Yeah, if anybody say that you know, especially if you would have to make, that's probably the only argument that you could make, because you could take it and spin it with the numbers and the statistics. But if you watch that fight, Canelo and Terrence Crawford, you saw Alvarez be totally outclassed in that.
Yeah.
So I don't care what the numbers said and what punches landed when and how many. It doesn't, like you said, it doesn't give context, and context equaling eye test, and everybody saw that clear as day, plain as day. Yeah, I do get a little tired of that analytics, the numbers nerds, and you know what I'm saying, the bean counters, and people that they try to find a little sub niche to make themselves relevant. You see what I'm saying? And not saying that they're in a place for analytics, you know what I'm saying, but we can't be in the middle of the fight talking about what do the analytics say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about the adjustment, the reality, the adjustment in real time, and not some analytical breakdown, which is post-event. You see what I'm saying? That's not helping me in real time. So, and that's cool, because the way that you said that and the way that you led into it with the analytics. So I was going to dump this segment on you, and it's basically dealing with kind of where we're at. We're going to take a quick break, and we got some other stuff we can maybe touch on briefly. I don't want to hold you too long today. I know you got, school day. I know you got to go build a snowman and shit, so I ain't gonna hold you too. but when we come back, man, if we can get, so I call it MGA, matchup game plan adjustment. So if we can, I guess maybe on this particular fight tonight, you killed the matchup aspect of it. Maybe touch on each fighter's game plan, and then what will be the adjustment in real time during the fight, if you can predict that for the listeners, and kind of give maybe a different little insight or some type of perspective from that point of view. But this is Hurtn-4-Certain. This is D-Mo, and you're listening to G-Mac the Don, and we're kicking it live here, talking the ones and twos of tomorrow night's matchup, man. And so we're gonna go to break, and when we get back, we'll be kicking it the same way. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for sticking with us, man. And we've been talking a bunch of things. Big fight tomorrow night. That's your man, G-Mac. And you're listening to us live, pre-recorded live on pugilistradio.com. And I got some other stuff, and I want to show you that right now before I forget. We're talking a matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. And we're talking some other stuff, man. But he laid out some stuff as far as the matchup is concerned. Leading up to the fight, I guess the press conference was pretty live. A lot of people got a lot of enjoyment out of the press conference. Fighters was talking big game stuff. So now, man, we're leading into the actual fight, man, and so we're focusing on the matchup, the game plan, and the adjustments. So we're at the game plan portion of the show when I guess I'm gonna have G break it down, each fighter's particular game plan, and you don't have to spend too much time on either one, and then what each fighter's game plan is going to be, and then the actual adjustment, what happens after the fight starts, and once the fighters start to styles and stuff start to offset each other, what adjustments will each fighter make. So I think everybody follows me on that. And if you don't mind, man, if you can go ahead and I guess pick up where we left off, but lead into what I'm asking here with the game plan and the adjustment aspect of it, man, if you don't mind.
Okay, I think like Shakur, discipline. He gonna go in there, box, work off the jab, not stand in front of Teo, and go off that. And if it works, he gonna continue it, and that's what it's gonna be. But my main focus is on what is Teo gonna do, because Teofimo, is he gonna work off the jab? Is he gonna, take his time, or is he? Because he also said he was gonna, make the fight dirty. He was gonna make it a little dirty, and Shakur was like, "I could be dirty too," So if you do that, you got to make sure you successful with that, because if you're trying to do that and you're not successful with it, you're gonna be behind on the scorecards. And then I know what happened, like with Teo. I hope he don't, if he does do that, or he start getting, overly aggressive. Like sometimes, like I said, he get overly aggressive, he get wild. And if he do that, like I said, if he's not successful with what he's trying to do in the early rounds, and he's gonna go to that, And then guess what? That's gonna leave Shakur to make him miss, countering, boxing, outboxing. It's going 12 rounds, unanimous decision. Or will he be successful at making it a little dirty? Or if he catches Shakur clean, because I don't know if Shakur can handle, because Teofimo got power. We can say whatever, you can say whatever you want, but I want to see how if Shakur can respond to getting hit clean. If he does, so if he does get hit clean, that's when I say I'm worried about Shakur. You got to see how he responds. If he responds well, oh, Shakur got this in the bag. But if he get hit and we see him, start doing this, we see him start doing a stanky leg. How we seen a lot of young fighters when they eventually get hit, we be like, oh, we be like, oh, I knew he couldn't take a punch, this and that, or something like that happen. Yeah, it could be an interesting night. You know what I mean? Because then, if he get hit, sometimes, a fighter, some fighters, like when they get hit clean and they get hurt a little bit, it's like they get off their game plan. Like they, some stay focused and regain, control and go back to, doing what they do and be successful at it. So we got to see how Shakur responds to that. Because say if he get hit, he get hurt a little bit, and now he's in there, he's kind of and next thing you know, he start trying to go back and forth with Teofimo. That's gonna be bad. And we got to. I would love to see like how he responds if he get hit clean, and if he do respond well, I think he and get back to just because it's gonna have to be certain parts in this fight to where he gonna have to trade shots a little bit. I think so, because you don't want motherfuckers to be like, yeah, he won, but it was boring. All he did was hit him and move. But at the same time, you can't listen to that. Just keep building your resume. You fight the way you've been fighting. You in this position for a reason. So don't go away from the style you got. Continue fighting that way. You're still successful, and don't listen to the outside noise. Go in there with your game plan and continue to fight the way you've been fighting, because it got you a silver medal, and it got you in the biggest fight. Probably this might be the biggest fight of the year. So continue doing what you do well. Don't worry about the fans and all that. Just continue to do what you do, Tio. And that's what's detrimental to him. Sometimes I look at him like he lacks discipline. Like sometimes you'll see him and you'll be like, hey man, this dude is the truth. He cause he a hell of a fighter.
Right.
And you'll be like, you'll look at him and be like, man, ain't nobody fucking with this dude. And then you will see a fight and you be like, bro, I don't know. I don't know, bro, because I don't know what the fuck he doing. He missing bad. He doing little bullshit, like just trying to psych himself. And I'm like, man, nigga, you look goofy. Nigga, what you call him, or what you fuck up and slip of the teeth? You gonna be Tito? Nigga, you gonna be Tito. You ain't gonna be Teofimo, you gonna be Tito.
You gonna be Tostito.
I heard a lot of little racist, little subliminal. So don't fuck around and go in there and you've been saying little bullshit and you fuck around going there and get your ass kicked.
Well, what have you been saying?
Don't go in there and fuck around and get dropped, because you've been dropped before. And it'd be bad. Shakur beat you and end up dropping you in a fight. They gonna clown you. But I won't. But the casuals gonna clown me. The casuals gonna clown me in social media. The social media fans, because we gotta add them in there too. It ain't just casuals. You got social media boxing fans too. That's a whole topic for another day. But
hey, bro, I'm gonna say this: Facebook is the worst. If you any type of fight fan, like it's Facebook, they got the worst fans, bro. They're probably the most illiterate fight fans on all the platforms.
Nah, for real.
Facebook fight fans, they trash, bro. But now, so you said Tostitos was on some low beam racing shit. Is that what you said?
I forgot he said. I forgot what he said.
Because
Man,
I expect that. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't not to no diss to the Latin, Spanish people,
yeah,
bro. Not too many, and it's probably like the good old boys here. You know what I'm saying? Where that's an era type thing. Where some of these new era people are probably a little less. You still got them, you know what I'm saying, in the new era, but it's
yeah,
probably more prevalent in some of the old school eras. I think people are starting to come around to knocking that bullshit off, that old racism shit out there in the public. But you got people like that use that type of shit to, to I guess create a buzz or maybe get under his skin, or they just been straight up fucking racist and they can't help themselves anyway. So
yeah.
has he been saying some unfavorable things towards blacks or in the past? Is he known for that, or is it just something he tapped into on this one? Or what do
We
you
might
think?
have to pull it up because I forgot exactly what he said. It was
Or any other race, not just blacks, any other race, because you ain't got to just hate blacks. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I think he sometimes say shit just to get a reaction. He knows they gonna do that, but
Does he need to though?
yeah, he don't need to. That's
Yeah.
why I said I think, and he tries to.
I'm a whoop your ass should be good enough. Like I'm gonna beat your
Right.
ass, motherfucker. I'm gonna do this to you. That should be enough without going into the colorism
And,
and shit.
and I remember he said he didn't apologize. Yeah, I think he said something about no apology in sight, which is, it was something race company made. It was like towards Terrence Crawford. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up, but it was like I can't remember exactly what he said because I ain't really take it that serious. But here, let me see, label fan. I'm about to see if I can find it. He said something because it was some towards Terrence Crawford. But yeah, and he tries to try to talk like sometimes it's like you be confusing. So sometimes he try to sound like he woke, so he be saying a little shit like, oh yeah, Gervonta Davis, he's an agent. That's why he he did this and that. Da, da, da. And it don't sound right. I'm like, bro, you making yourself sound goofy for real. But it's just him young. He's still young, so I don't know what he do. He try to. It's a lot of condescending things he be saying, and he try to make himself sound like he real. Like he got a lot of like wisdom, like he an old soul, and it be confusing. It's like it don't be adding up. He'll say one thing, and he'll start off, and he'll go here, and I'm like, bro, just leave it alone.
Right.
Just stick to straight talking boxing. Don't leave the other stuff alone. And then you got fighters. Even Shakur, remember they all retire when they ain't get what they want. And then next thing you know, you ain't retiring. You gonna see Teofimo. I remember he did it before. Keyshawn Davis did it before. I'm like, man, these niggas being it's retired. I don't know why they be saying they retiring. I don't know what is about this retiring for a week shit that be going on. I'm retired for a week. I'm retired now because at the end of the day, you gotta take when an opportunity comes, you gotta take them because they go away quick. They go away quick. You know what I mean? We done seen a lot of fighters that was the top of their game and they've been forgotten about like that. Just different sports. We could talk about so many other sports. When you had a guy that was there, it's always somebody that's about to come around and take that spotlight right away from you. So you got to seize that opportunity while it's there.
Yeah.
And that's why I shot both of these fighters out for taking this because it can. It's crazy. I mean, it's just the way it's going now. It can hurt. Like both of these fighters got a lot to gain, but they could also have a lot to lose, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be, you know what I mean? Either way, whatever happened in this fight, both fighters should be saluted. But when we start, just the era we in now,
Cats
especially
ain't
for
really
me,
taking the dangerous fights like that, are they?
nah, man.
And you brought
Like
it up
they,
earlier. Ryan Garcia had a recent comment about Floyd. He said he fucked up the whole era because nobody wants to lose the O. Everybody wants to protect the O.
man,
You kind of said that a few minutes ago. When you
yeah.
think about this, just slightly switch speed real quick.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, and I look at it like this. A lot of these fighters, a lot of these fighters, yeah, I remember Floyd even said something. He said, when these fighters first coming up, it's shout out to Floyd, shout out to Floyd. And then they get a little trainer car, and then it's fuck Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
He did it, and I'm like, bro, he hit it right on. He hit the nail right in the coffin because I have seen it, but I noticed Floyd when he was younger. You notice he wasn't talking a lot of shit. He made it till he waited till he got to that. He got to that when they start adding him on that pound for pound list.
Until it became money,
Until
Mayweather.
it became exactly.
Yeah.
So and he knew, like he said, he always even not to bring up AB or nothing. He knew when to turn it on and turn it off. He'd talk shit to build the fight, and then after the fight, he'd get the fighter he fighting respect. It's over now. I already won. And he knew when he had to talk his shit to sell the fight, like with De La Hoya. That's why I said when it come to promoting the fight, you got to give it to Floyd. He took he talked a lot of shit with him in De La Hoya fight. He built that shit up. So Floyd waited till he reached that level until he start talking shit and start saying I'm the best, this and that, that. You got these fighters that be having a few fights and ain't got the title talking about they the best and this and that. You gotta prove. We know you got the potential, but you gotta prove that. And then, like even with Floyd, yeah, he kind of fucked it up a little bit, but I don't think he purposely did it. But he did it. But he also, said fuck it, like and with his fights, I even shot him out on. I mean, I even saluted him because I was like, he a little selfish because he got boxers coming up on him. But he was like, when they start talking about him boxing and moving a lot, he was like, shit, I want to be older and still have all my faculties intact. And shit, say if I did fight them fights the way they wanted me to fight them, they gonna pay. I got medical bills in the build up. Say if I'm broke, the fans ain't gonna pay my bills. You see, even Muhammad Ali, and I still salute him for that. But Muhammad Ali, remember, he had to sell his name to get that other 50. I think it was 50 million. He had to sell his name. And that's fucked up, man. But I think yeah, with that never lost 50-0 when he was 31-0, never lost. No fighter beat me, this and that. I think that kind of it fucked it up a little bit. It fucked it up.
If we push back on Ryan Garcia, what he said is did Floyd fuck the era up, or did he like create a new standard, or did he like reset the standard, create a new criteria, like because not only with just performances in the ring, the business aspect of it. You see what I'm saying? And there was a time frame during his career when he was learning that business aspect of it to where he could actually get to be the money Mayweather version of himself. And largely that money started to come in because of his business being so tight. Owning, if I'm a music artist and I put out a song, I own my masters, I own my production, I own my, the only thing I need is you to just put me out there, distribution, marketing. But I own the intrinsic value of the product. So you talked about Muhammad Ali selling his name, like all that kind of stuff, man. So it seemed like Floyd, I won't say reset or created a new model as far as, and then that new model that he created, he had the right to say the things and, be confident about this model and this position that he had made himself to. Whereas you're saying that, I think you're saying that some of the new school fighters, they see the model and they try to implement the model, but your model ain't got no miles on it. So you just got in the car and drove around the corner and you think you're here to stay. It's like, nah, this model been 4 Indy 500s and you know what I'm saying, this, that, the third. Like, this is a proven product over and over again, whereas you just showing up and you more of a generic type of Walmart version, you know what I'm saying? Great value, but you don't have that staying power. That is that what you're saying, or am I too much on that?
You explained it better than I can. You broke it down, and it's even with like when you start talking about Floyd. And I'm glad you brought up the Floyd because I'm glad we got on Floyd because I don't know if he trolling, or is it some type of marketing. But remember, Floyd recently said something about coming out of retirement. So is he gonna fall into the same category of what? Because remember, he always said, "I'm gonna retire from boxing. I'm not gonna let boxing retire me." I don't, and I it was another, and this has come up before when they try to say Floyd was going broke and this and that. Because he like to get the money, spend the money, get the money, spend the money, and he always talk about I make. He always talk about investments. I make. That's his favorite line. What do he say? He always say, I make great investments. So, and I'm like, okay. So when if you make great you made this much money, what do you have to gain to coming out of retirement at almost 50 years old? And okay, you was doing the exhibition. His excuse was doing the exhibitions. If I could just go fight a no name for 12 minutes and make 3 to 5 million or whatever million he make, so be it. Okay, but now you're talking about coming out of retirement. What do you have to gain or prove or anything to come out of retirement almost 50 years old? Or are you just trolling? Because trolling, or you got something to what you about to do to where you about to be promoting something. It's because Floyd, people can say he can't read and all that, but sometimes he make, like, when it comes to this boxing shit and selling himself, I mean, he do it better than no other. You know what I mean?
But yeah, when we talking about Floyd Mayweather, and it brings me to bring up Roy Jones. Roy Jones seems like a hater. He seemed like a hater. Because at first you talking about Floyd, you was talking about Floyd. I thought you was just giving your opinion, which you were tired of your opinion, and not being biased or nothing like that. But then you continue to keep talking about him. You going on, this little, almost this Floyd Mayweather is not one of the best. This is. I mean,
now
you keep
you
going
got
on.
more. Now you got more opinions than a bitch and shit.
Bitch, yeah. Now you seem like a hater.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, I can't cut it no other way. You seem like a hater, and so start talking shit about Floyd and saying, and then you said Terrence Crawford was better than Floyd Mayweather, which Terrence Crawford is a Hall of Famer, and I think he had a hell of a career. But Floyd resume, the fighters he's fought is better than what Terrence Crawford resume is. Let's be real. Then you say, so then Floyd, without responding to you, he just sit there and watch a video on his big screen, all your knockouts. Didn't look at the camera, it was just his back. He was doing like this. And he just showed out. Hey bro, listen, I ain't gonna lie. It was funny it was just, I had to go back and watch it again. I'm like, that's fucked up. He was just sitting on this big screen, just watching all his knockouts. Roy just getting knocked out. So Roy, responded, was like, talking about doing for him and Floyd fight. Man, you fought it light heavy, cruiserweight, and heavyweight. Floyd fought it welterweight, junior welterweight, lightweight, and you talking about doing it. Man, hey, listen, you a hater. Like, listen, Roy, hey, you did your thing. You had your time. And you also had your time when you was getting knocked out a lot. Let's just, you sound like a hater, bro. You sound like a hater. And like I said, you was a hell of a fighter. But to me, it sounded like you was hating on Floyd. Because when it came to the end, he made more money in his boxing career than you. And he still had his, he retired 50-0. And you went from Roy that looked, y'all must have forgot, untouchable, to getting touched up. Getting knocked the fuck. I'm talking about getting knocked the fuck out by nobodies. And then didn't he lose? Man, damn, boy, Roy, I don't mean to talk bad about you like this, but bro, it ain't looking too good. You gotta leave that Floyd shit alone. You still talking about Floyd. At the end of the day, his career was better than yours. Let's be real. You had your time though. I ain't gonna lie. When you was, man, everybody knew, like, it was a point in time when, like, motherfuckers couldn't fuck with Roy. But ever since that when Tarver knocks you out, that shit just went. Then you get knocked out by Glenn Johnson, and you asleep.
You turned into a knockout prostitute because motherfuckers was just lining up, paying their little fee, boy, and just putting you on your back. Like,
they was.
If you would have went, you could have got pregnant, nigga. You was on your back so fucking much.
Devastating knockouts too. They was devastating. Somebody was devastating.
Yeah. Man. And and we've talked about his stuff before, man. He should have stopped after he beat Ruiz, and then he could have.
Yeah. Oh,
because then when you look back at his record, you can see, man, he can't say that I would say, he said that Floyd was cherry picking, and I'm saying that Roy did some cherry picking as well.
It was.
Especially on some of them days when he'd do like, Roy Jones, he's such an athlete. He's going to do the Tour de France before he goes into the ring tonight and fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? And on them type of things where he was just trying to show out too much. Like, you couldn't have been doing that against, you know what I'm saying, like top caliber fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Motherfucker just wasn't going to let you get away with playing full court basketball. You know what I mean? Running 3-4 games and then coming in to fight a whole motherfucking professional fight. Like, real nigga wasn't gonna let you get away with that. A real dog, right? So yeah, you had to pull that off on some, cab driver or some shit. Go ahead.
Just because, first of all, his style was it was breaking all the rules in boxing because he had talent and shit like that. So I don't man. And then you go back, you fight Bernard Hopkins, you lose that. Damn, boy, you lost and the crazy thing is, Tarver, that was the only big fight he won. So he made that because I remember when Bernard Hopkins fought Tarver, he beat him every single round. 12 rounds of 0. It was a shutout.
Right.
And it was a shutout. I mean, it looked like Tarver ain't belonging in the ring with him. And Tarver was in the corner. He was looking like, I didn't see no type of confidence in his eyes. It looked like a little boy, like, I'm in here getting I'm out of my league right now. I'm questioning myself. So yeah, like, it just sound like Roy on some bitter shit, like some hating shit a little bit, man. And just let that shit go, Roy. You had, you did your thing, but you thought you was gonna just keep, and then you try to say something about Floyd, responding to you like it was a problem. You going around tarnishing his name, trying to say he this and that, and all he did was just watch videos of you getting knocked out. It ain't like it ain't happened. We haven't forgot. Forgot. No, we didn't.
Nah.
We didn't forget. Nah. We didn't forget. Hey,
can't unsee it.
Because Floyd reminded us,
Right.
He kind of reminded us. And one of them I forgot. I was like, oh, he did get. And some of them knockouts, he was asleep. Yeah. It wasn't just a knock. You got a few of them, he got put to sleep.
Yeah.
And so, it sounded like I just said, I see Roy seemed like he on some bitter shit. Like he just needed,
Well, and I don't say I get it, but if he's sitting somewhere and he, looking at the old heyday videos and getting the itch and being competing all your life and that type of stuff, so he probably is, sitting somewhere feeling a little bit bitter. I could have did it a little different, or I would have, looking at all these people that's coming up behind him that's gonna be able to put up records or numbers that he ain't gonna never, him saying his stuff is set. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't adding to his legacy no time soon. And probably bitter about some of the shit that you're saying right now about how you stayed around too long and ended up, just being, used you as the dust mop the ring and shit when the
Oh,
fight was
man.
over. Like you was just sprawled out all over the motherfucker. Like,
Man, you went from the being
Yeah.
a man.
so he probably bitter about some of the decisions he made, and he probably say exactly what I just said. If I would have stopped when I was fighting Ruiz after I beat him, I would be, still in that discussion. But
Have you ever seen like a fighter of his caliber go from that to, being somebody's, punch dummy down? Like, is it? I mean, I know we could think of some fighters, but like to his caliber,
to go to be like that and then to immediately plunge, like I ain't never seen a drop off like that. I don't think. And damn, it's still even though he just got his wig twisted so many times, it still feel funny saying it about him. But that's how that drop off was. It was immediate and it was indefinite, bro.
Right, it was bad.
Once you dropped, nigga, you never came back up.
Never came back up. Damn. And shit, Roy, like I said, like I said before, where he seemed like a good dude. So, but his pride and ego is still there, because I remember even when he used to do the commentating with HBO, he'd be like, "Because if it was me, I would have hit him with the da-da-da-da-da." And I'm like, it's not you. This is not the Roy Jones is not fighting. It's so and so against so and so.
Yeah, he wasn't my favorite like commentator.
I didn't really. And what's the other dude? The other got Jim Lampley. I didn't like hard right hand, and I'm like, what right hand just landed? I remember he used to do that, and then the old racist motherfucker.
Larry Merchant.
We don't remember Deontay Router, the Black Great Hope, and Sean Porter. That's the only thing I ain't like that you ever did. Yes. He did that when Larry Merchant said that. So after that, when he did, I mean, that was the most. I looked at Sean like you. But anyways, I'm gonna get out there before. But
you can say whatever you want to.
Yeah,
you ain't getting censored.
Let's even go to, because I used to have to with HBO. Like, I like when Andre Ward was on there. I think Andre Ward is a phenomenal commentator. I think, and I even liked it when I used to like when him and Teddy Atlas did Friday Night Fights. Man, because I like Teddy Atlas too, because he gonna say it straight how it is.
Yep.
And some people don't like that. He old school. And but Larry Merchant, this was a dude. I think he got charged with rape. Remember, they swept it under the rug, and he still got to continue doing commentating.
Oh, that was Jim Lampley.
I mean, Jim Lampley, my bad. Yeah, it was Jim Lampley. And I always seemed like Jim Lampley always seemed a little off to me, because sometimes when he would talk after a fight, his voice started cracking. I'm like, what are you about to cry for? Or his eyes start watering, or it just was a little, he was a little awkward. He was a little weird. Like, so, and if you ever watch one of his interviews, I'm like, I don't think this man all the way there for real. But so, and yeah, Larry Merchant, he's an old, he one of them old racist motherfuckers. And he real biased, and you can see some of the stuff he used to say during fights, and I'm like, shut your old ass up.
Yeah.
Why don't you retire? They probably got some 401k set up. Go ahead, retire off into the sunlight, man. Go sit your
Floyd pretty much retired him. He wasn't around too much longer after that. Yeah.
I love when he did that. I love when he used to play him up. I love when fighters used to get on that motherfucker, because. But yeah, I didn't really like, back to Roy. I didn't really like him too much as a commentator, because it was like, instead of just commentating the fight, it was almost like including himself into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes he had, and I'd be like, okay. But like I said, even speaking on commentators, the two commentators I liked the most was Andre Ward when he did commentating, and I liked Teddy Atlas. Like, is there anybody else you want to add to that? Like, commentators you liked, or some that you just didn't like, and you had to put the TV on mute?
Man, but I was just thinking, I ain't even got past the Roy Jones. I was thinking like, damn, why was he so annoying and shit?
Annoying, yeah. It was.
and he was knowledgeable, obviously, you know what I mean,
Oh, for
experience,
sure.
all that stuff. He brought all that to the table, which I think that's a more intriguing thing about a lot of like sports announcers and stuff. Now you got more athletes, former players and shit doing the shit, so just get that extra level of perspective or perspectives. But I think sometimes people, and it's not everybody, sometimes people, you know, that person where, you know, is qualified and all that shit, but you shut up, I hate your voice, I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hearing you talk. He got one of them shut up voices. I don't like, you annoying to me just hearing you talk. Like, that's, I think it was more of that, you know what I mean? And he did kind of circle a lot of stuff back to him. But it also goes back to, you know, the personal experience and giving you perspective, a fighter's perspective versus that. So I get all that, but that's why I say I think he's just more of an annoying person to listen
Yeah.
to me. And probably maybe other people felt like that. You did, of course.
And I like the other guy, not to cut you off, but I
Nah,
like
go
the
ahead.
other guy, rest in peace to him too. Crunk Boxing Gym. He
Emmanuel Stewart.
Mayweather Stewart. I like him too. I like the Mayweather Stewart. I like the Mayweather Stewart.
Oh
but
yeah, that was man. That when he passed, bro, a lot of boxing history left, bro. He touched a lot
Yeah.
of like historical, legendary fighters.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
did.
He was there, and that's some of that, you know, Cincinnati stuff. Not that there's some kind of connect there, but I'm sure we had a boxing model that a lot of different cities incorporated as well. So a lot of people came here and learned shit, man, and took it other places and re-implemented the same system, whether if it's this, the fight game, the music game, all that. There's a lot of shit, bro, that came out of Cincinnati. So he gave a lot of credit to Cincinnati fighters.
He did.
You
He
know, the
did.
history of the fighters and shit, man. But at one point, you know, the history of our guys, man, we show
Man.
up and show out in reverse and shit, do the wrong shit. But hey, man, what you think about switch topic? You know, briefly. I don't want to hold you too much long because we are at an hour and a half. But Gervonta Davis, man, got arrested, all that type of stuff. And we talked about some of that stuff with the Jake Paul, and I saw another video. I think I might have sent you that video where dude was just like talking about how he was exposing that shit, the rig up shit in the press conference.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Jake
yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
But you know, how much of this do you think, you know, his problems that he's had since that whole fallout with that? How much do you think any of that is connected to it, like on some conspiracy shit, you know what I'm saying, on some payback, you know, whatever that he blew the money and blew the deal, so now they trying to come, you know, put him in a bad, jam him up basically? Or you think it's just one of those things he had going on and caught up with him? Because I think he's out now, he ain't still locked up.
Yeah.
Give me what you think about that.
Yeah, I don't know. When I put on, yeah, because it was kind of weird. Like, yeah, I had this big. I mean, like he was. If you was reading between the lines, some of the shit he was saying in that press conference, and then I'm like, shortly after, I'm like, he like, wait, he really life saying this? Is this? And then next thing you know, the fight was off, and then you know, it's like he. You know, the people that be behind doors that we don't know about, hey, we're gonna do this, and I think he was like, nah, I'm not agreeing to that shit. Fuck, because it was leaked that Jake Paul and, you know, wanted, you know, the Javonte to agree to making it to where it be a draw. I don't know, hey, but like I said, you got to question everything. And then suddenly after that. And he even put up a video. What the fuck was that with the Javonte? Did you see when he put up a video? He recorded, he stood up, did a pose, and then cut the recorder. I was like, what the fuck was that? Did you see that? I don't know what the fuck that was. It's like, man, I don't know if he was doing that to troll, but it was, you gonna be like, what? Man, when you get a chance, pulled up, it was like a 10-second video. He hit record. He had the phone on the ground. Hit record. He stood up and did some pose, some weird pose, and then cut it off. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was, but yeah, it might be that though. They might be, you know, some shit that's deeper than, you know, just him. We thinking it's just him, or because like I said, when them people come, them people expose your dark secrets, expose you, and they'll drag you through the mud, and especially on on TV, social media, and all that. And he just, I don't know, man. It might be, it's because it's like charge after charge with him. Like how many domestic? I mean, what was his latest charge? Because he was on the run and then he turned himself in, right? Some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And also to me, I mean, he even just seemed like angry, like he unhappy about something going on. Because even in that press conference, he even seemed like a little annoyed just even being there. And he's quick to argue with anybody on Twitter. And I don't know.
Hey, you talking about this right here?
Yeah, he did.
Is that what you talking about?
Yeah, and then watch this. Put up the super peace sign and then cut it.
Hey, only a select few knew what that meant. Cause well, that motherfucker got tats all over.
All over.
Damn.
That's what that's what a lot of celebrities doing, like the rap. It's the athletes always want to be like the rappers, and the rappers always want to be like the athlete. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
It's like the rappers that been doing that. And, they've been doing it to where they've been getting put to sleep. They've been getting put under anesthesia to get so much done in a day. I don't know what the fuck you doing while I'm asleep. Yeah, they get put.
What do you mean?
Yeah. So there's rappers and certain people. I think they getting put under anesthesia, getting put to sleep. So they'll get tatted, like they'll get they whole back. They'll get like they whole back done in a day. I mean that same day. And then because that's a lot of pain. You could put all the numbing cream out you want. LeVar Ball did it. He got put to sleep and he got his whole, I want to say it might have been his chest or his whole back done. All, and they had like 3 tattoo artists working on it at once. And yeah, they'll get put to sleep and get all that and get a whole, I mean, you got some people that get both of their arm sleeves and they back done all in the same day. I might be over exaggerating, but I know some people do. Yeah, they go under that. And then you got people that now they getting their leg sleeves up to their thighs, and getting sprayed up. I'm talking about sprayed up like everywhere. And I mean, because it's either, and then you got some people I like a lot of young people now they ain't crazy about tattoos, but you got some people that's just getting sprayed up like that. Yeah, getting put to sleep, going under. I think they getting anesthesia, bro. Get put to sleep.
I gotta think about that before I can respond to you. I gotta let that sit for a minute.
Yeah, because when I seen
I gotta get back to you on that. That's a lot. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If you got to have it like that, you want to get it all instead of making 30 trips and just do it once. Get 30 tattoos all at one time. I get it, man. But that's a lot, bro. That's a lot. I gotta think about that, man. I'll get back to you on that because that's. No, I didn't know that, and I didn't know he was about to say that either, man. But that makes sense. How when you see him show up, and all of a sudden they inked up out of nowhere, and that's exactly how it's happening, huh?
Yeah, they doing that, but it's crazy. But I don't want to be put. You don't know what them people doing when you sleep. You know what I mean? I like to be. Where am I surrounded? Everything. I like to know who hey, this, that. I need to know everything, from A to Z. But I can't get put to sleep. You don't know what them motherfuckers doing when you sleep. But hey, and back to Gervonta Davis. It's like I don't know if he fell out of he fell out of love with boxing. It ain't the same hunger ain't there. And I remember before it was one of the fights. I remember he was hanging with AB and people was, hey man, you better get away from him before you end up like him and this, all this and that. They was saying little shit like that, but I don't know, bro. I hope he get back in that ring, cause hey, Javonte, that motherfucker, he a bad motherfucker in that ring. He a bad motherfucker in that ring. But if he don't look, if he don't look the game no more, might have to step away before, he get in there one night and get in there with a motherfucker that's way more hungry than him. And, he could be questioning himself like, he could be in that motherfucker like, I don't even want to be in here no more. You know what I mean? It could end up like that. But yeah, like you said, I think it might be them people that's trying to expose, just tarnish his name, and they making him look, whatever's going on, it's not a good look right now. It's not a good look. I hope he get shit together, because I met him once before. He seemed cool to me.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I met him once before. This back when he was like 7. He probably was 16, 17. Young boy at Mount Arbor Gym. He was up there at Mount Arbor Gym before.
Really?
Was it Mount Arbor? Yeah, it was Mount Arbor. It was Mount Arbor. Because Twin was the one that brought him to Cincinnati.
Okay.
And he got close, Twin, treat him like his little brother. Did shit for him, and then, Twin, he was the one that took him out there when he went out there to Vegas, took him to Floyd's gym, and Floyd end up signing him.
So did you think him and Floyd twin? You think him and Floyd had some beef off of that? Was that the beginning of their beef? Or no.
I don't think it was that. It was people around Cincinnati, and people around Cincinnati that Twin and people that I know, and just going around Cincinnati was the word was. I think AB was fucking one of I don't know if he was I think AB was messing with one of the chicks that Floyd was messing with. And Floyd was like, why you fuck with that nigga? Like, basically, talking down on his name like that. Man, he ain't me. Like, why you do this and that? And it had got back to Twin. That's what the word is. And then that's how that kind of went downhill. I just wish, man, Twin had all the talent in the world. I just wished he would have just played the game. But you ain't trying to hear that shit. Played the game, just soaked all the game up. And if you ain't like Floyd really fuck with him after you soak the game up, go about your way. You know what I mean? Because even though he did do that, Floyd used to shout him out like Adrian Broner, next Floyd Mayweather, did this and that, did that. And then remember Jay-Z offered him the 5 fights, $40 million. And remember Jay-Z could suck it, Brianna could suck my dick, and all this and that. And then I just seen it go, downhill from there. And shit, yeah, that's where that's where they beef came from. But also, it was an interview. I mean, I remember AB used to be saying in interviews, like, they asked him, like, would you fight Floyd? And, he would say shit like about Floyd, like little shit that Floyd looked at his sneak this and like, oh, no, I'm gonna be bigger than him. Or would you ever fight Floyd? No, I don't want to fight big bro. I don't want to be the one to give him this first. Oh, and you know how Floyd think. You say some shit like that, Floyd gonna be, I don't know the nigga personally, but we just go by how he act and how he react. And nigga, who is you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I think Floyd didn't help. I think he didn't help young boxers out, and I think he be feeling like they might not appreciate it, so he be like, fuck these young niggas, bro. Like, I didn't try to help a lot of these young niggas, and they unappreciative, and they, get a little money, and now they think they, better than me or nothing.
Right.
I mean,
they take my blueprint and they think that they execute better than me off the
yeah,
blueprint that I wrote.
Way to go.
Yeah.
This shit
Nah,
wasn't.
yeah.
That shit wasn't done overnight. What Floyd did, that shit wasn't done overnight. That shit took years.
And man, going back, what we said, Floyd took he had some dangerous fights early on in his career.
Man.
I mean, he fought some dangerous fighters, bro. Floyd, and I mean, there's depending on who you talk to, man, there's a circle of heads out there who would give you a couple fights that they believe Floyd lost. You know what I'm saying? Just based off the eye test. That's what we said earlier. So that's the one thing about it. I don't think you can say that Floyd. I don't think somebody would say it, but it's not justified to say that Floyd, he's not battle tested or he's not any of that, because Floyd was in some wars early on, and it wasn't until he reached that pinnacle point of, you know, when he became that money Mayweather type of figure, because that was just kind of like the pinnacle of all that, the culmination of all that work, you know, from a child all the way up to that point, polishing the craft, but then also the business side of the craft too, becoming versed in that. And people don't understand the work that takes place leading up to, you know, the shit that goes on in the back scenes and all that. And so, and if you got and think of the boxing game, bro, you're talking about billions and zillions of dollars, you know what I'm saying? And you're talking about big money, big execs, and you're talking about global shit. So to be somebody that's in that field, in that market, and to be total control of your own brand, determining rights and content, creativity, whatever, that's not a small accomplishment by no stretch, bro. That's huge. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, I've always questioned why he had the hate that he had, the amount of hate that he's had, because it should be, if there's gonna be some hate, just a little bit, but to look at the entire body of work and what's been accomplished here over the longevity of his career, I don't see how anybody could have. You can't have too many bad. I mean, you might have some bad words. When you start getting into sentences and paragraphs about speaking bad about him, like, you know what I mean, you start to reach. You're going too far, because or you're just getting disrespectful and you're looking for, you know, different reasons, because I don't see anybody that if they had the opportunity, especially somebody that's active in the sport, that wouldn't take the opportunity to position themselves the same way that he did and have the same control over your career and shit in the immediate and in the future, into retirement, and how I'm going to retire, and in the shape and the condition that I'm going to retire in. Like, people don't understand, you know what I mean, like how he's literally taken that and created his own reality in that. He took his whole career and put it in his hands. And so that's the model, and that's, you know, that's a brief description, man, but you know, it's an amazing piece of work, but people got to come around on that.
Yeah, for sure.
But they won't until 50 years from now. You know what I'm saying? In the future. Yeah, my bad.
Even if you look at Mike Tyson, it seemed like he ain't as bad as Roy, but it seemed like he got a little envious type thing towards, you know, Floyd Mayweather too, with some of the shit he be saying. And I mean, Teddy Atlas, like I said, I always go back to Teddy Atlas, who knew Mike Tyson well. And if anybody wanted, you go pull up on YouTube and watch Teddy Atlas interviews, and he'll break down. I mean, because like anytime Mike Tyson was in a big fight, I ain't gonna say that because he had some fights when he got clocked when he was younger, but when he got certain fights, when other boxers were able to take his punches and you had a long night to go, Mike Tyson lost them fights. But he was a bad motherfucker. At the end of the day, he still was a bad motherfucker. He was cleaning the division out. He had niggas beat before the bell even started. He had them niggas scared. That nigga was the boogeyman, bro. Them niggas was scared. And we don't want to talk. Remember, one of the brothers, the one he gave him his first loss. I don't think he fought again after that. Spinks. Because I'm thinking about the older one. Remember he beat Muhammad Ali in the first fight. But Spinks, that nigga was, I mean, that nigga, I thought, he looked like I want to know if he pissed his pants or shit himself. Because you could tell even when he was walking out the ring, the nigga was shook. And this a nigga at the time, he was like, what, 27, 28 and 0? They was looking at this dude like he was this and that. I don't think he fought again after that fight, did he?
I don't think so. My
I don't
bad.
think
My mic was off.
Took that motherfucker's soul that night, bro.
You're right.
Man, so you know, like, this was fight, man. They all, at the end of the day, they had their careers and went the way it went. And for real, y'all motherfuckers be arguing, man, get some money together. I mean, like, you know, I like how Roy and Mike Tyson did their little exhibition. They made their little money or whatever, even though they had in that clause, no, we can't knock each other out and all this shit, because we know if that came in, all the time, hey, but yeah, I don't know, bro. It seemed like it's a little, you know, jealousy there, you know, Floyd with certain shit. But at the end of the day, whether you like him or hate him, the motherfucker made a lot of money, and the motherfucker ain't take that much punishment. And yeah, the only fight I questioned, like, it looked like that Castillo, that first fight, I watched it over and over, and even watched it on mute, and I'm like, man, dog, this the one they gave you a favor. He won the second fight. He went back and fought him again, won the second fight. I don't think he lost the De La Hoya fight. De La Hoya was windmilling, and that shit wasn't really landing. That Maidana fight, man, listen, bro, any motherfucker that thought Maidana won that first fight, I'm gonna go back to Roger Mayweather. You don't know boxing, because he didn't win. Like, I gave Maidana maybe 3 rounds. And Maidana, other than that, but yeah, that Castillo, that first fight, was, he got a favor in that one, that first one. He got a favor. And Castillo was using that jab. And I know Floyd had problems with people that know how to, you know, got length and got a good ass jab, and, you know, snap that jab out there, because it threw him off track. He got to reset himself. But yeah, other than that, that's that fight, yeah. That's that first fight, but it's the other few fights that was close.
Hey, now, are you watching this fight tomorrow?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I'm watching that.
Okay.
I got to see what is coming on. Is it on DAZN or? I think it's on. I don't know. I got to check.
Yeah, man. So if you can, man, give me a little breakdown tomorrow. You know, some fight time react.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and there ain't got to be no in-depth super thing, but if you can give me a couple minutes on that, that'll work. And you can hop right on here on the fan chat and do that if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely.
And I can chop that. I'm gonna add that to it, man. But I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it unless you got something else, man. I got Buckeye B coming up here in about 45 minutes.
Well, you putting in overtime today, ain't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to, you know, hey, you already know who it is, G-Mac the Don. Shout out to big bro Demo for putting me on the podcast. You know what I mean?
Man.
And to everybody out there, if you deal with that snow, hey, we through that shit. We gonna keep going. Hey, tough times don't last, man. Y'all gotta keep going, keep pushing. You know what I mean? Don't be out here crashing out. Keep going. Yeah. Take that shit as a challenge, whatever it is in your life. You know what I mean? Yeah. Always trying to find a positive and a negative, and, you know, we're gonna keep pushing forward.
That's what it is. For your man, G-Mac the Don, I'm D-Mo, man. This is another episode of Hurtn-4-Certain. Big fight coming up tomorrow. We're going to be checking it out. And we get back to you, man, and give you some feedback. And we hope you enjoyed this episode, man. Until next time, we'll catch you when we catch you. Peace, fight fans.
All right, signing off.
All right, famo. Appreciate you.